print, email, Facebook, Twitter. More. Margot Kidder, who played Lois Lane in Superman, dies age 69. Media player, space to play, M to mute, left and right to seek, 00:001:000:000:001:000. Margot Kidder, the Canadian actress who starred as a salty and cynical Lois Lane opposite Christopher Reeve in the Superman film franchise of the 1970s and 1980s, has died. Kidder died on Sunday, local time, at her home in Livingston, Montana, according to a notice on the website of Franz and Davis Funeral Home. She was 69. The cause of death was not given, but Kidder's manager Camilla Fluxman Pines said she died peacefully in her sleep. Kidder appeared in more than 70 movies and TV shows, including The Great Waldo Pepper, The Amityville Horror and the 2014 children's TV series R.L. Stine's The Haunting Hour, for which she won an Emmy Award. Kidder began her acting career in her 20s and shot to international fame playing intrepid reporter Lois Lane in 1978 Superman, opposite Christopher Reeve. She reprised the role again in Superman 2, 1980, Superman 3, 1983, and Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, 1987. Kidder, as ace reporter Lane, played off of the boyish, farm-raised charm of Reeves' Clark Kent and Superman, though her dog journalism constantly got her into dangerous scrapes that required old-fashioned rescues. Kidder had many of the movie's most memorable lines, including, "You've got me? Who's got you?" when she first encountered the costumed hero as she and a helicopter plunged from the top of a Metropolis building. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige called the moment the best cinematic superhero save in the history of film at an Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences event. Kidder had a debilitating car accident in 1990 that left her badly in debt, confined her to a wheelchair for most of 2 years and worsened the mental illness she had struggled with for much of her life. In 1996 she suffered a mental health breakdown, and in a highly publicized episode, she disappeared for 4 days and spent time as a homeless person. She was found dazed and filthy in a yard not far from the studio where she once filmed parts of Superman. She was later diagnosed with bipolar disorder. After her breakdown, acting work dried up for several years, but Kidder later re-emerged with a guest starring role in TV shows like Smallville and The L Word, and on stage including a 2002 Broadway production of The Vagina Monologues. "I don't act much anymore unless I'm broke, and then I'll take a job," she told the Detroit radio station with a laugh. "We quarreled all the time." Kidder and Reeve were relative unknowns when they got their leading parts in the first of the films in 1978, which also included big names Gene Hackman and Marlon Brando. She said she and Reeve, who died in 2004, were like brother and sister, both in their affection and animosity for each other. "We quarreled all the time," Kidder said on May 9 in an interview on radio station WWJ in Detroit, where she had been scheduled to appear at Motor City Comic Con later this month. "The crew would be embarrassed, they would look away, and we'd play chess or something because we were also really good friends." Tributes have been pouring in on social media from celebrities, movie fans and friends. Kidder was also a prominent political activist, campaigning against the Gulf War, energy fracking and in support of Democrat Bernie Sanders in the 2016 U.S. presidential election. Kidder was born in Yellowknife, Canada, and graduated from a Toronto boarding school before pursuing acting. She dated then Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau in the 1980s, calling him the love of my life, my true love. In her radio interview last week, she became an American citizen in 2005 and spent the last decades of her life living in Montana. Kidder was married and divorced 3 times, including a 6-day marriage to actor John Hurd in 1979, and is survived by a daughter, Maggie McWayne. Reuters, AP, print, email, Facebook, Twitter.